Hey guys, my name is Hernan Cayetano and we're here in New York with InsideMind. I'm from Bogota, Colombia. Well, I grew up in Bogota, like in the north part, as many people. It was a way different city because Bogota is one of the cities that has grown the most in the last couple of decades. So it was very quiet, was very um, nice to grow up there. Now it's of course like a way bigger city with more traffic, more chaos, but nice still. Well, I think that that was like someone around like 96, 97 maybe. Was very small. I started to listen like to techno from back in the days and also like some house music and this. And yeah, well, I started to DJ like around 2003. In that time, I wasn't living in Bogota, so I started first in clubs in Bogota. Once I moved back to Bogota, like that was around 2008, 2009. I started in La Sala, in Chacha, and in Cinema. Well, Germany is a very interesting country. Like I lived in Berlin, which is like kind of different to the rest of Germany. It's a very open city, very unique with different like options to, I mean, to develop whatever you want to do there. As a student, like of course, it's a very friendly city because it's not like it's cheap, it's easy to move around, you get to know like people from all over the world, and well, like I think that as a Latin young student in Germany, it's like a very nice place to stay, and well, you have a lot of access like to music, to different things that maybe like, especially like in that time, you didn't have in your country. So like, you know, like especially like in South America or countries like Colombia, that was like not didn't have like a big scene or very developed in that moment. Going to Germany like really like makes like I don't know, like a bigger like your spectrum like of what you can access to, you know. So like Berlin was enlightening. So I lived there like almost 6 years. Studied some years, and when I was finished, when I was done, I kept working there, and I also like was DJing a little bit. Well, the thing is that Berlin, especially, like becomes like very inspiring, like in terms of music or arts, and not only like for electronic music, but Berlin like has like a very developed scene in all kind of arts, I would say. So like it's inspiring. It's inspiring to meet also like people that are very like passionate and professional, like doing things. So like I would say like yes, it helped at some point like to see what is possible, like to like get to know like different perspectives, and also like to be in that environment, like it helps for you like to develop like certain taste, certain knowledge about things. Well, Baum was like the result of a long process. Like we had back to like 2010, 2011. Like we were working with my partner at a club, like it was called Salón Continental. That same club, like we bought like part of the club, like a big part, and then took control of it like around 2011. Got it like for like a year, running, like starting booking artists. Like it was a period where like in Bogota everything was pretty much dead. Like the old like breed of clubs were closed, were shut down like around 2009 because like different like new laws that came in the city. So there was a period that in Bogota there was not much going on, and so like with Salon Continental we started to like reactivate, together with other like small clubs as Radio Berlin or other promoters that were doing like parties once in a while. And yeah, so when we started to book artists and we started to like have like on a regular basis like a good offer of talent to the people, like the reaction was pretty good for the time. So like it came everything like it evolved like to the idea of having like a bigger club, like with a different offer to the people. So that's how Baum came. Like Baum came as an idea of having like for the first time in Colombia, like having like a 2 floors venue where you could like actually like have different programs running through the night. And well, like we choose the location because of the big tree that had in the background. And yeah, like it was like very successful at the beginning. Well, like being in a chart like this, DJ Mag Top 100, it's more relevant in terms of like being recognized as one very good project, but not. It's not about the numbers. It's not about like being like first or 10th or any number, but like the recognition of that your project it's been good and it's doing like a good job like in the territory, like it's important. And regarding South America, for us it's like really exciting, like to be recognized as one of the places to be in South America, and especially because like in Colombia it hadn't never happened before, you know, like Colombia was not like relevant in terms of electronic music for a long time. It was always like, I mean, countries that of course have a way longer background and a well established scene as Argentina or Brazil or Mexico. Colombia was like kind of doing like baby steps at some point, and Bogota had like, yeah, as I said before, like a period where there was not much going on, and being suddenly like in this place, it's very nice. What does it take? Well, I think that it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of sacrifice, because as many people have experienced, probably like working in this industry requires like lots of sacrifices, especially like in terms of private life, family, friends. You know, like you put a lot of energy and a lot of your time and your free time. You know, like you having a club is not only like working Friday, Saturday, and then the rest you don't do nothing, but it's like a regular job as everyone's, like from Monday to Friday working and developing things, and plus like you take also like the nights during the weekend or during the week, so it takes like extra time, and you give up things that you also consider important because of, I mean, you set priorities. And of course, like having a project like this, for many people that has had clubs or are promoters, they understand that it's like you do it because of your passion. You start this business because the love that you have for music or for playing, and yeah, so it takes effort and sacrifice. Well, I think that Baum Festival has become one of the events that people feel like as their own in the city. That's very important. Like whenever we decide to do a festival like in different cities, as Medellin or as in Neiva or Cartagena, it's always very important for us like to try to develop that feeling for the people, because at the end of the day, that's what makes the festival, not only like the lineup or the production, but like the people that are going there. And in Bogota, it was very particular with Baum Festival that people like since the very first beginning started to feel very attached to the brand, to a point that like within 5 years it's grown like, I don't know, like 2-3 times bigger than the first year. And yeah, so a part of the support of the local people, it's been like very interesting that Baum Festival became one of the main events in that north part of South America. So it's not only important for Bogota, but for all the influence region that we had. So like we get like tons of people from Ecuador, from Panama, from Peru, from Venezuela. So kind of like people are looking at what's going on there, what's next. So I think Baum Festival is a platform where people from that region like are able to explore like different things that they don't know. You know, like with other events that we do, also like we try to do more. Or we try not, but we need sometimes to do more predictable lineups. With Baum Festival, like we can, I don't know, take risk or like present artists that people not necessarily know, but we know that it's like of very high quality, and people take it that way. People like take the risk as well, and try to enjoy what we have to offer. Okay, so Tatacoa has different like points that we looked at when we decided to do it. First is the first festival that happens in Colombia that is outside any like urban areas. So I mean, it's not like a long tradition to have something like that in the States or in Europe or different countries probably, but in Colombia it's the first time, especially with electronic music. It has never happened, and yeah, so it's like a first step for like getting to have people like moved outside of the cities, like go to a different location. And also like Tatacoa, it's one of the most remarkable like regions in Colombia. So it's a very nice desert that it's like becoming like more and more like interesting for tourism. It's still very unspoiled, so it makes it also like harder in terms of logistics. So like people, you know, like people when go to Tatacoa, they are ready like to get out of this comfortable urban area. So you have to camp, or you have to find like different boutique hotels. Yeah, but it's like a unique experience in the country, and it's anyways like very interesting for like the people from abroad to go like to a Latin country and like, I mean, like see like that you can have like a music festival like in different areas. Well, it's difficult to compare, because like I think that Brooklyn has like a very unique scene. Of course, like the offer that Brooklyn can have, like compared to other smaller cities as Bogota, is is complicated, but I would say that it has like some points in common, like the variety of the events nowadays. Like I don't know, like Brooklyn has like very different things to offer, the same as Bogota, and you can identify like different groups of people that go to this place or to that place. Also, also I think that Brooklyn has, I mean, a bigger offer and also like a demand of events. You know, like Bogota is still on a level that that is not like working every day on the week. You know, like in Brooklyn, you can have things from Monday to Sunday, and also longer things. Like Bogota is still like growing, and so there are certain dates that you can find options, but it's very limited, depending on the day, like compared to Brooklyn. Well, that's hard to balance because I mean you have different projects running, which requires like a regular office hours, and yeah, like traveling, it makes everything like way more complicated, but it's doable. And the thing is that you also like, I mean, it's complementary, like everything. So you can, you know, like while you work as a DJ, like and traveling, you also like can use that time like to meet people, like to do like some to build up like relations with people, which at the end of the day is like the most important thing when you think about like being a promoter or like organizing events. It's more like about relations than money or other things, you know. Work and sleep. Yeah, like normally, yeah, I work the whole day. Like I work the whole day. I don't have like that much time like to do other activities. But yeah, like I try to produce music once in a while when I have time. Also like check new music, but it's all about this. There's nothing else more. Yeah, well, I'm working on that. For me, like it's hard to find the time like to sit on the studio. Like I have a very nice studio at home, and I try to use it as much as I can. But yeah, hopefully like this year I can make it. Well, for me, like it became my favorite like through the years, but it's Switzerland. It's Zurich. Like for me, Zurich is very special. Like I always play there like once or twice per year, and it's very unique. Like the reaction of the people and the whole thing is amazing. Well, as I said before, like working on this leaves you like very little time left for other activities. But yeah, like I enjoy while I'm traveling. Like I enjoy like visiting like museums or art exhibits, food, of course, and I like doing nothing. That's one of the most important things when you have the time. Just like try to just chill and don't think about anything else. Well, for me as well as for my partners, I think that our developing this industry has been like kind of fast, and we grew like with big steps all the time, that you become like more and more like a workaholic, and you become like always like having this rush of doing more and more things. And what I've learned is that you have to sometimes like slow down and like rethink things and let space for also like structure what you've done, you know. So it's not only like about like growing and start like doing more and more, but sometimes it's more important, or it's even richer for your life, like to take some pause and to take like time for things. So like, yeah, what I've learned is like sometimes it's good to slow down and not always like try to do everything, you know. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. You can follow me or follow BAUM Bogota in social media to know like about like our upcoming events. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you soon.